We're going to bring in our next guests, who I'm excited about. They are the Trap Nerds. They're the hosts behind the Trap Nerds podcast, Dre and Xavier. Can you tell our viewers, our listeners, a little bit about your podcast? I mean, I know obviously it's about comic books, it's about anime, but like give someone like a little in-depth preview of what you guys are doing on your pod.
Well, we talk about the important issues on there: comic books, anime, and gaming. We get into a little entertainment news also. It's just it's the genre that not a lot of black people get to have a voice in right now, and you know, it's something that we speak heavy on, talking about the recent DC movie releases, comic book releases, you know, the most recent gaming tech news, and whatever comes across our board, that's what we talk about. But it's mostly on like things that we are usually entertained with, which is gaming, comic books, and anime.
Or if we just hit like random stuff, we'll just shoot.
Yeah, random stuff. I did make that sound professional. We do be doing some ignorant stuff on that too.
Real. I like it. It's nice. I like that's why I was like, nah, I'm gonna just shut up right here. He actually running there right now. Go ahead.
I was about to say, Xavier, knock it all the way off. I heard an episode and there was like no professionalism.
That's the real question. Like,
What
like question was asked?
We like to have fun, and we like to just show people that, you know, we can talk about these topics and have fun and have disagreements and still agree with. I mean, and still enjoy each other's presence and talking about it. So that's what we're about on there. We don't like to keep. It's not always serious. It's all we want everybody to enjoy it, laugh.
But yeah, we do have heated discussions too. Because it's like, you know, you can't just have a podcast with like a whole bunch of people like agreeing with themselves, because then they get boring as hell.
I think that's what I love so much about Trap Nerds. Now, I'm not a big anime fan or gamer. I know nothing about the genre, but what I do love is that, you know, it's people like us who look like us talking about topics that in spaces that we're not normally welcomed into. Right? Like you don't have a lot of, to my knowledge, and please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but there aren't a lot of anime color, is it characters of color? Right.
It's not.
It's not, but the ones that are GOAT status.
Yeah, and it's luckily like they're starting to see a black influence in anime now. So we're starting to see a rise in more black animations. Like shout out to DR Shistaijo. They're one black-owned studio. I say it wrong every time, but like they're one black-owned studio that like that's leaving in that force and putting more black people in animation and stuff. So you know it's a work in progress.
we slowly getting there.
Yeah.
So have you guys been fans of comics and gaming your entire life, and you just finally said, this is now how we're going to monetize on our passion?
One day, me and Snacks was getting drunk, and we was just like talking about anime and stuff. Sad after getting drunk. But,
Take another sip.
Shot to that. So then it was like, you know, we was chilling just talking about anime and stuff, because it was like, you know, we ain't seen your homie in a while. You know, we running it. What you been watching? What you been playing?
Yeah.
And it was like, we actually know a lot. Damn.
A lot.
Like, yeah, it's like one of those, like, we know, it ain't like, I can explain stuff to people, like, just like you were saying, you don't watch no anime or play no games. I can explain it to you and you actually get it somehow. So it's like, we was like, let's actually just, you know, try to build around it. Then we started, you know, Snacks got the microphones. Then we realized we can do it all wireless, and then we just went from there.
Yeah.
We've always had.
That I do know is listening to like you guys and the Read, because Kid Theory is a huge anime fanatic. You know, so I'm not in the bubble, but I'm not in the bubble.
Right.
Makes sense.
It's okay. I understand completely. Because that's what messed us up. Like I don't know if it's that, but like when we got signed by like Charlamagne, like with the Black Effect, it was like, we don't know nothing about this, but y'all do. So we can use, you know, y'all could be our people that explain it to us. So then like me and Snacks used to just like, once we started the podcast, we just sending like our episodes out to people. And then we ended up getting an email from the Black Effect. Now Charlamagne the God is our boss. Wild story. People be thinking it was like a Cinderella story. Nope, that's kind of how it happened. We just started it, and then we just kind of, like, people be thinking, you know, it's like you got this and perfect. We're kind of winging it. Like,
well, it's a huge marketplace. Like there is legitimate, a massive fan base for all this content that you're putting out. My question: Marvel or DC? What
DC.
side are you on? Which side are you on?
DC.
DC?
DC, no
really?
question. Yes.
Both of
Marvel.
you?
Marvel is good in the cinematic universe. They're incredible, but people sleep on how DC like take over in like comic books on the small screen and everything like that. If Marvel didn't have the cinematic universe, nobody wouldn't really pay attention much to it.
Give me 3 DC characters that DC needs to build out in their universe to bring it back.
Oh, that's a good question, Leash.
That's easy. That's easy for me. Icon. He's like the Black Superman. Well, he's not really the Black Superman, but he has like really cosmic power. He's created by Milestone Media Comics. That's one that they need to just bring out more. Also, luckily they're doing a Val-Zod Superman, so kind of waiting for that. Also with Michael B. Jordan, that's one storyline.
Ain't he producing it or something?
He's producing it also. It's a series. And then my third one is Batwing. He actually finally showed up on Batgirl season 2, but I wish they would do a lot more with him. He's another black character that I love. Has a good comic book series that they don't put out more. Like you said, we're tired of seeing Batman. We're tired
of like 8 different Batmans. But
I like DC, but I criticize them a lot.
I'd say Childish one. I'll mix it up because they just got them. I say the Watchmen, like, because the movie I loved in the comic book, but you can extend like a lot with the Watchmen comics, and I think DC owns them now. Another one I hate, even though I'm gonna go back to Batman. Batman Beyond was one of the greatest Batman runs ever. I just hate how they did that. Like Terry McGinnis was a GOAT. I don't care. And one more. Randomly, Blue Beetle, I'd like to see him get like brought out some more because it's like 4 of them. But you know, the one they got now, I'm liking how they going with his plot line, I guess.
So if we have listeners that want to check out your podcast, what is the one episode that you say, check this episode out first because that one is the one you are most proud of, or you feel like you've got the most feedback from people?
Episode 10, the one we did with one of my favorite comedians, Josh Johnson. It was a long episode that we did. It's like a special for our episode 10 special season 2. It had some of everything in it. It had comedy. It had serious talks. We even talked about stock in it. It covered all the bases. And it's like, I really think it's one of our funniest episodes. And Josh Johnson came in and killed it with the superhero improv. So episode 10, season 2, that's the best one.
What podcast do you guys listen to personally? Because I mean, that's one of our big questions on this. People are tuning in to kind of find out what you guys are listening to on your downtime.
I love the, of course, one of the podcasts go Joe Rogan. I love the Joe Rogan Experience. Listen to it all the time. Charlamagne's and Andrew Schultz, Brilliant Idiots.
Brilliant Idiots. Yeah, that's a good one.
I love that one.
Listen to it all the time. Flagrant 2 with Andrew Schultz. Love that podcast also. And ironically, I'm a huge Office fan, so I listen to the Office Lady podcast a lot.
I did not see that one coming. I love it. They are good though. They're fun.
With me, I look at a lot of Comicstorian and Comics Explained on YouTube. And shout out to What Culture Gaming, cause I think they in like Britain, but they keep me like up to date with the whole like the way they talk. And I just like to listen to British people talk. So they just sitting there talking for an hour about games and stuff in British gibberish. So it's like, I'm liking this. I get it.
Gibberish.
You know, like British got their own slang for everything. So it's just like, I do not know what half of this means, but I'm liking it.
That's awesome. I love this. You know, this was a really fun conversation. Thank you for not wearing your shirt because, wow, the energy level went through the roof with us.
I try, man. I appreciate it.
Who needs a shirt?
Screw shirts.
We don't need
We're all
a shirt.
taking our
We
shirts
just need
off.
shots. Take one for me, Dre. Take one for me.
Wait. So I got your sugar. And we on Jose today.
No, don't show the label now unless they cut you a
They're
check.
not paying you.
I'm showing the back of it. It's Jose.
There you go.
I'm going to show the back of it. You saw Jose's face. No.
Guys,
take that shot so we can close this up.
So
yeah.
There you go.
There
That's
you
my
go.
Louisiana brother.
Woo.
All right, baby.